Hi, I'm Mike and I'm the Hallows Geek, and welcome to This Week in Eek, my weekly series where I put a little eek in your week by recapping some of the top stories in Halloween and horror news from the last week. Well, if you're watching this on the day that it's released, let this act as your reminder that tonight you can catch episode 5 of HBO's The Last of Us early on HBO Max. This week, HBO announced that fans of the hit series will be able to catch the series' 5th episode starting tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific on HBO Max and HBO On Demand. If you don't have HBO Max, you'll still be able to catch the 5th episode on HBO during its linear premiere on Sunday at 9 p.m. In another TV news this week, Showtime announced plans for new projects based on its hit serial killer drama, Dexter. On Monday, Showtime announced it has placed a straight-to-series order for a new drama under the working title Dexter Origins. The series will be executive produced by Emmy nominee Clyde Phillips, based upon the Emmy-nominated hit series Dexter that starred Michael C. Hall. The network is also developing a new version of Dexter New Blood, which depicts the ongoing emergence of Dexter's son Harrison. In addition, Showtime is also exploring projects based on other characters from the Dexter universe, such as the makings of the notorious Trinity Killer, played initially by Emmy winner John Lithgow. Dexter Origins will dramatize young Dexter Morgan at the outset of his transition into the avenging serial killer he would become. Set in the Miami that was a hotbed of real serial killers of his time, the show will begin as Dexter graduates college to join Miami Metro, where he meets younger versions of many of the characters we came to know in the original Dexter. And of course, the show will also focus on Dexter's family, including a very much alive Harry and a very formidable teenage Deb. Dexter New Blood is a new incarnation of the 2021-2022 drama that became the most watched series in Showtime history. The drama focuses on Dexter's son Harrison, who survived his tumultuous reintroduction with his father and flees to New York City, where he must wrestle with his own violent nature and whether, like his father, he too is compelled to kill. Dexter New Blood will explore the themes and scenarios seen in the original series on Showtime, but through an all-new lens. For those who may not be familiar with Dexter, it premiered in 2006 and had an 8-season run on Showtime. It starred Hall as Dexter Morgan, a complicated and conflicted blood spatter expert for the Miami Metro Police Department, who moonlights as a serial killer. The show became one of the most acclaimed series on television, earning multiple Emmy nominations for Best Television Drama Series, as well as a prestigious Peabody Award in 2008, and was twice named one of AFI's top 10 television series. And rounding out our TV news, if you haven't heard by now, AMC Networks has renewed Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches for a second season. The news came late last week and solidifies both shows in the Anne Rice Immortal universe for at least one more season. The first series in the universe, Interview with the Vampire, was renewed for a second season before it premiered last fall. Well, Valentine's Day is just a few days away, and if you're looking for a last-minute unique gift for that spooky someone in your life, you may want to check out a new release from the artist Josiel Lorenzo. His first release of 2023, Lorenzo has debuted a new set of planchette faces inspired by the Tim Burton classic Beetlejuice. Each set is handmade, meaning no two are alike, and features Beetlejuice and Lydia in the style of Lorenzo's Orphans of Dudleytown characters. Limited to an edition size of 28, each planchette features a glass center cabochon and comes ready to hang and is numbered and signed. The new Beetlejuice and Lydia planchette bundle is available now at theorphans.co for $80. Unfortunately, yesterday was your last chance to get the planchettes by Valentine's Day, but I'm sure if you're snagging something like this for your special someone, they won't mind a belated gift. And shifting gears from Valentine's Day to Halloween, which is why we're all here, right? Do you think it's too early to talk about Halloween costumes? I hope not, because Costumes.com has recently introduced a handful of new costumes inspired by Netflix's Wednesday. The first costume in the series is a new Wednesday Addams Nevermore Academy uniform adult costume inspired by Wednesday's uniform in the show. This adult costume features a black, gray, and white striped blazer jacket and long skirt. The jacket has the Nevermore Academy crest on it, and the costume also includes a gray sweater-like top with an attached white collar and black tie. The new costume is available for purchase now on Costumes.com for $47.99. And for those looking to blend in a bit more with the other students at Nevermore Academy, Costumes.com has also debuted a Nevermore Academy uniform costume in both adult and children's sizes. Both the adult and children's costumes include a matching blue and black striped blazer jacket with the Nevermore Academy crest and a flowy mid-length skirt. Also included is a sleeveless purple sweater-looking top with an attached white collar and black tie. Both costumes are available now on Costumes.com, with the adult costume going for $47.99 and the children's costume going for $36.99. And speaking of Halloween, the residents of The Nightmare Before Christmas's Halloween Town are finally getting an official LEGO set. On Wednesday, LEGO Ideas announced the results of its 2022 second review, and one of the 2 sets selected to become an actual product is a set inspired by Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. The set was designed by Simon Scott and features various recognizable locations and residents of Halloween Town. This was Scott's second time reaching the needed 10,000 supporters for a set inspired by the film. His first attempt in 2020 met the required supporter count, but was ultimately not selected to become a product when it came up for review in September of 2021. After some fan feedback, Scott reworked the set, incorporating more elements from the film and additional detail while also focusing on playability. The reworks paid off and helped secure the creation as a future LEGO product. Scott's The Nightmare Before Christmas set joins 9 other fan creations currently in development, including the highly anticipated Hocus Pocus house, which was selected last summer. The final product design, pricing, and availability of Scott's set are still being worked out, but more details will be made available from LEGO Ideas closer to the product's launch. And in other Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas news, pre-orders have opened for a new series of goblets inspired by the popular Disney films. The goblets are part of a series of UNESCO goblets being released by Disney Showcase. For Hocus Pocus fans, a trio of goblets are being released, each one inspired by one of the film franchise's infamous witches. Winifred, Mary, and Sarah Sanderson are each represented by a goblet made to look like the outfits they wear in the films. Each goblet is made of stainless steel and resin and features quotes from each of the witches around the base. For the Nightmare Before Christmas fans, Disney Showcase is releasing a goblet featuring the iconic hilltop scene with a moonlit Sally and Jack and the words "This is Halloween" around the base. Each goblet is available for pre-order now from Entertainment Earth for $44.99 and is expected to ship in September of this year. If you want to help out the channel, I'll include affiliate links to pre-order each of the goblets down in the description. And also coming up for pre-order this week were 2 new Halloween-themed card games from Trick or Treat Studios Games, which are illustrated by one of my favorite local artists, Drew Roush. The first game is Halloween Party, designed by Bruno Faiduti. This card game for 3 to 5 players has players trying to create the best Halloween party with the best guests, but when there's a knock at the door, you might not want to open it. The second game up for pre-order is Emerson Matsuuchi's Tricks and Treats. For 2 to 4 players, Tricks and Treats is a fast and fun game of bluffing where you must divvy up your Halloween candy fairly, or at least make it seem like you split it fairly. If someone else can guess which bucket is yours, you'll be forced to give up your entire haul. Both games are available for pre-order now for $9.95 each at trickortreatstudios.com and are expected to begin shipping on June 15th. Well, there was one 2022 horror movie I tried my damnedest to see, but never had the opportunity to see it. And that was the Better Noise Films' acclaimed horror thriller, The Retaliators. My local drive-in had the film paired with Bodies, Bodies, Bodies back in September, and when we arrived at the drive-in, we discovered both films had been pulled for whatever weird reason. I got a second chance when I received a screener link for the film, but it was in the heart of Halloween season, and before I could get around to watching it, the link expired. Well, if you're like me and you missed out on this one, you're in luck because it arrives on Blu-ray later this month. The Retaliators is a revenge odyssey that stars Michael Lombardi as Bishop, an upstanding pastor who uncovers a dark and twisted underworld as he searches for answers surrounding the brutal murder of his daughter. His findings send him down a path of revenge with plenty of twists and turns along the way. Mark Menchaca and Joseph Gatt also star alongside Jacoby Shaddix, frontman of Papa Roach, who makes his acting debut in the film. One of the other draws for me to this film, beyond the fact it looks good and gory as hell, is that it also features a high-octane original soundtrack and cameos from some of the biggest names in rock music. I mean, you've got Motley Crue's Tommy Lee, Five Finger Death Punch's Ivan Moody, Zoltan Bathory and Chris Cale. You got Papa Roach, Jaya of The Who, Spencer Charnas of Ice Nine Kills, Eva Under Fire's Amanda Leiberg, Matt Brandyberry, Danny Case, Lance Dowdle and Matt Madero from Ashes to New, Corey Marks and Dan Murphy and Miles Franco of All Good Things. Just tons of like all the names in rock music right now. Anyways, the Retaliators will be available at all major retailers on February 21st, or you can pre-order it now from Amazon. You can help out the channel by using the affiliate link to get yours down in the description below. Alright, before we get to this week's trailers, I have some SoCal event news to share. First, while Creep by Econ was held just this past weekend, the Inland Empire's largest horror-themed convention has announced a second 2023 event and its dates for Creep by Econ 2024. First, Creep by Econ has announced Creep i.e. Aftermath, a fall event to kick off the Halloween season with the tagline, "Where horror and pop culture collide." Specifics on how this event will differ from Creep by Econ were not really shared. However, in an Instagram post announcing the event organizers shared, "We are very busy behind the scenes booking the celebrity roster and some fun new experiences you can't miss." Creep i.e. Aftermath will be held September 23rd and 24th at the Ontario Convention Centre. Vendor registration and ticket on sale details will be announced soon. And for those of you looking ahead to 2024, Creep i.e. Con has also announced its 2024 dates. The convention will return to the Ontario Convention Centre on February 3rd and 4th. Based on the announcement, event fans will have new experiences, another star-studded celebrity roster, and more surprises to look forward to in 2024. If you've never been to Creep by Econ and want to see what it's all about, just click on the link up here somewhere to check out my video from this past weekend's event. And if you're watching this video on the day it's released, tickets for Spooky Swap Meet 2023 go on sale today at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Spooky Swap Meet, the annual shopping event marking the halfway point to Halloween, is set to make its return to Heritage Square Museum in Los Angeles on Saturday, April 29th and Sunday, April 30th. This year's Spooky Swap Meet is expected to have over 60 vendors offering selections of gothic furnishings, Halloween-inspired decor, apparel, props, and more. New for this year, the event will also feature an original walkthrough haunted attraction explicitly created for the event by Fear Farm. Fortune-telling and food will also be available for purchase. Guests of all ages will also be invited to trick-or-treat at each of the Heritage Square's manors, whose exteriors will be decorated for the weekend by house hosts including Adam Jess Effects, Arch Sideshow, a Bones Gulch and Samhain's Lot collaboration, a Mr. He Slasher, LA Haunted Hayride, and Vamp and the Fiends. Lovecraft and Skeleton Sam will also be on hand at the event to host a Halloween dance party at the top of each hour. For more information or tickets, visit SpookySwapMeet.com. General admission is $18 for timed entry between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Saturday and 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Sunday. The VIP ticket option will cost $28 and allows for entry at 10 a.m. on Saturday, when ticket buyers will be the first to have access to the one-of-a-kind offerings guaranteed to be made available by every vendor participating. If you've never been to Spooky Swap Meet, you can find my visit to last year's event here on my channel. Alright, let's talk trailers, and as a reminder, you can find these over on allhallowsgeek.com or simply seek them out here on YouTube after you finish this video. First, Paramount Pictures has released its big game spot for Scream 6 ahead of its premiere during the Super Bowl on Sunday. On Wednesday, Paramount released the big game spot online. The new teaser features a lot of new footage and a lot of blood. The trailer also brought with it the release of tickets for the film, which is set to hit theaters on March 10th. A special Scream 6 fan event has also been set, where fans will be able to catch the film at select theaters on Thursday, March 9th in 3D. For more information or tickets, visit screammovie.com. And on Thursday, Paramount Plus debuted a trailer for its new series, School Spirits. Based on the upcoming graphic novel by Nate Trenrud, Megan Trenrud, and Maria Nguyen, the series centers around high schooler Maddie, played by Peyton List, who finds herself as a ghost stuck in the afterlife investigating her own mysterious disappearance alongside a group of other ghost students. Maddie goes on a crime-solving journey as she adjusts to high school purgatory, but the closer she gets to discovering the truth, the more secrets and lies she uncovers. School Spirits will premiere with 3 episodes on Thursday, March 9th, exclusively on Paramount Plus in the US and Canada, with releases in other international markets set for a later date. That's it for this week. As always, if you enjoyed this week's video, give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of Eek. For more information on any of this week's top stories, you can always find the full coverage over on allhallowsgeek.com. Until next time, keep it creepy.